Welcome back to another episode of WCU Weekly. I'm your host, Lauren Beachy.
And I'm Courtney Medwin.
I cannot believe that we're in the last few days of February. It feels like the semester just started.
I know, but time flies when you're working hard and having fun.
Speaking of working hard, the Council for Accreditation of the Educator Preparation recently announced the accreditation of WCU and 54 additional providers. As of fall 2022, a total of 507 CAEP accredited providers have been named from the 44 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, Jordan, and the United Arab Emirates. Westchester University is now one of the 507 total providers meeting rigorous CAEP standards to better prepare the teachers of tomorrow.
Westchester University's Department of Theater and Dance presents Charlotte's Web from March 3rd to the 5th. One of the most beloved and celebrated pieces of children's literature ever written. Charlotte's Web is adapted to the stage by Joseph Robinette and directed by WCU Associate Professor of Theater Charlie Delmasso. The show runs from Friday to Saturday, and for more information and tickets, go to WCUPATIX.com.
Moving over from some news, let's see how the weather is holding up this week and if we can top last week's 70-degree heat.
Thanks, Lauren. Rise and shine, Rams. I hope you're having a golden day. I'm Morgan Bailey with this week's WCU Weekly Weather Report. This week is going to be a rainy one, so don't forget your umbrellas. Starting off on Monday, we will see showers with a high of 44 and a low of 31. Tuesday is looking similar with those showers sticking around and a high of 46, and at night we drop to a low of 37. Wednesday is going to be beautiful. We will see clear skies and a high of 45 and a low of 31. On Thursdays, those showers from the beginning of the week stroll back in. The high will be 51 and the low will drop down to 31. To finish off the week, we will continue to see those showers, and our high will reach 50 and our low will drop to 38. It looks like it's going to be a good week to stay in and start studying for those midterms coming up before spring break. I'm Morgan Bailey with this week's weather forecast. Sending it back to Lauren and Courtney.
Thanks, Morgan. As you may recall, a couple of weeks ago, we covered the on-campus housing crisis. We're back this week with another update. Sending it to Isabella.
Reporting for WCU Weekly, my name is Isabella Yaskanich. Today we are interviewing two people who've been diligently working on the on-campus housing crisis. Today we'll gain some insight about the situation and also some proposed solutions for next year.
The increased housing demand is something that is nationwide with many public universities, and it's really as a result of COVID. Student behavior has changed, and our returning students had a preference to stay on campus.
We have about 5,300 beds across both USH and WCU managed housing, right? And so that number isn't changeable right now. And so we're kind of bound by how many beds we have, making that increase in demand even more challenging.
The issue is that there is a lot of planning that needs to be involved when you talk about building a residence hall, right? The fact of the matter is there's a lot of private land that's owned that's around us. So the university has been talking to West Goshen Township, Westchester Borough. It is indeed a process, and it's not an overnight process, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I think it's really important to know that Residence Life and Housing, along with a lot of other resources on campus, stand ready to help students. And so we encourage students to work directly with the staff in off-campus and commuter services. And I think it's also helpful to know, right, that we know students won't live with us on campus in the residence halls forever. And part of what we do is try to help students prepare them and to provide resources as they make that transition.
The university and cabinet is really behind its student body. We really want students to know that we want to be able to house as many students as we possibly can.
We do care, right? We do understand and acknowledge the need for additional housing, right, to accommodate that increased demand.
It's something that we want to work with students with, and we really want them to understand that we understand and we're on everyone's side. Yeah. We're all on the same side.
Thanks, Isabella. Looking over into some sports, Jordan King has our weekly update.
Thanks, Lauren. Welcome back, Westchester. I'm Jordan King with this week's sports update. To recap the events of last week, baseball had a 4-3 win and 10-15 loss on Saturday versus Tiffin University. Also on Saturday, women's gymnastics beat Cornell University. Last Tuesday, women's lacrosse won 20-9 against Shepherd University. Now on to this week. On Thursday, women's gymnastics competes at Temple University, going up against both Maryland and Towson. On Friday, baseball plays St. Anne Salem College at 11:30 a.m. Baseball then moves on to Saturday versus St. Thomas Aquinas College at 12 and 2:30 p.m. Softball is home versus Jefferson University at 12 and 2 p.m. Women's lacrosse is also home versus Jefferson and will play at 11. Lastly, on Sunday, baseball plays against Augustana University at 9:30 a.m. Come out and support your fellow Rams this weekend. If you can't make it to the games, check out our athletics website for updates via the live stream. That's all we have for this week's sports update. Signing off, I'm Jordan King.
And that is all the time we have left for this week's episode.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at WCU.weekly for more updates.
Signing off, I'm Courtney Medwin.
And I'm Lauren Beachy.